Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sector 1. We are here tonight for round 7 of the Category 2 Championship. We'll be raced here at Suzuka Circuit in the Suzuka District here in Japan. And it's going to be a lovely race Sunday night here tonight in both Division 4 and Division 3. My name is Lenosis, and joining me in the commentary box this evening is your Division 4 race director, Gur. How are we doing tonight, Gur?
Hey, Lenosis. G'day, everyone. Really good. Looking forward to tonight. It'll be a challenge. The weather forecast has been a bit iffy for the week, and certainly the track forecast for tonight. So there's a high likelihood of some rain at some point during the race. So, yeah, bit of a judgment day for the championship, I think.
Yeah, exactly. There is a weather setting that we have turned on for tonight, which guarantees wet weather, but it doesn't last for long, and it really, we have slots either side that could throw rain into the mix a little bit earlier or a little bit later, and really judging when to come in. One eye on the radar, one eye on the road. It's going to be the biggest challenge for these guys this evening. But we'll just have a look at our track map real quick. This is how how the situation's looking as we head into this evening's race. We are, of course, here at Suzuka Circuit. It's the full course tonight, 23 laps. The time of day is late morning. It's 4.352 kilometers and 14 turns with 4 times tyre wear, 4 times fuel, 5 times time progression, and a 6-litre refuel rate. Of course, the soft, dry weather control tyre and the 2 wet weather compounds are available for selection this evening, and it will be up to the drivers as to when they jump onto those compounds to make the most of their race. So we'll just have a look at the point situation as well quickly before we jump into the Adelaide Ceramic Coatings Division 4 qualifying. And this is how it shapes up. So Revs leads the way after a sizzling sausage penalty late on at Dragon Trail last time out. 3 points separates those two at the top. The debutant winner, or the maiden winner, I should say, in Big J last time out at Dragon Trail, he steps up to the championship fight, only 5 points off the lead. We have an absolute whopper of a championship fight shaping up with 2 rounds to go. Black Project finds himself there in 4th. We have Carbon Boy in 5th. Budsy in 6th, Freelix in 7th, Snake Eyes 8th. It's important to mention that Budsy and Snake Eyes have left the series, so there will be 2 of the drivers down the further order who will be stepping up into Division 3 for tonight. We have the Stranger in 9th, VF in 10th, Wartime 11th, Madrick 12th, City Excel in 13th. We have Prua in 14th, Renegade and Killer 15th, 16th. Those 3 all are on even on points. So very tight between the 2 divisions at the moment. Debrev there in 17th. Now, this is important. The next 8 drivers are separated by just 13 points, isn't it, Gur?
Yep, 13 points. Very, very tight.
Yeah, so one bad race or one good result, and you'll see this order absolutely get smashed to smithereens. So it's Brev, Petey Pops, Good Doc, Keza, Laminator, Daz, Malevolent One, and Cruisin' is the 13-point gap at the top of Div 4. Wow. Then we have Nemesis, Jim Bob, Womble, and Spitzy complete the 28 in our Category 2 Championship. So yeah, come a long way in this championship so far, and the story is far from over. We have some pretty big stories yet to be written, and with rain almost a certainty in the 2 races tonight, it's going to throw up some huge drama, and I'm looking forward to every minute of qualifying and racing action that these drivers throw up for us this evening. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the earlier practice of those top 8, there was around about 0.5 to 0.8 of a second separating most of those in their times. So I think we're going to have a really hot qualifying, and then I'm sure the race pace will turn out where they're all fairly close.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we've said before, it's really just going to be about judging when to jump onto whatever tyre, because if you get caught out when that rain hits, that's going to be a really miserable lap. And then when the rain stops and the track dries out, then it adds a completely different aspect to the race. Do you, first of all, jump onto the slick tyres as soon as possible and try and make that stint last on your way home? Or do you sort of just stick out on the wets and try and ride them for as long as possible before you jump on the slicks, because otherwise they're not going to make it home? I mean, there's so many variables to these races, and it's just going to be phenomenal to watch. It's going to be some brilliant racing action. It's going to keep everyone on their toes. You don't want to miss the next few hours of racing action, that's for sure. So
yeah, absolutely.
The next big question, I think, is what colour have you painted the big button tonight, Gur?
Purple.
Oh, that's
just
a good
to be
choice.
Different.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a purple one yet to date, actually. So, yeah, a bit of a good change. I think during the week, Carbon Boy was getting sick of how thick the button was getting, so went out there with a scraper and scraped off the thousands of layers of paint that had built up over time. So, yeah, what do you say we get started in this Division 4 qualifying session?
All right, I've just given the guys the nod, so I will start qualifying now.
Here we go. Make sure...
So countdown, 6 seconds to go.
All of our drivers or viewers in chat, make sure to write down below your predictions for this qualifying session. It's going to be an absolutely banging race, and yeah, I mean, anyone can win it. Anyone is in this.
Oh, it's absolutely open. And you mentioned about the tyres. The soft tyres here only have a reasonably short window, 6 to 8 laps, depending on car settings and that sort of thing. So, you know, you have to, if the rain comes in late, you have to preserve them. And also, once you're back on the softs after the wet, you don't want to be running out of them before the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Really managing your tyres, whether that be through brake bias or however, I mean, it's going to be a huge factor in this race. That S's section at this Suzuka circuit is absolutely terrible on those front tyres, and they get an absolute beating. So whoever can manage their tyres and go all the way will be the one who makes it home.
And certainly through that snake, once you get down to below a third, it becomes understeer city.
Absolutely. As we're just riding on board with Cruisin at the moment, who has made his way out of the pits, and he's currently sitting fifth.
Keza had a bit of a moment, but it was his outlap, so...
Have a quick look on the replay while these guys are still lapping at the moment. Let's see what we can catch.
Yeah, second part of Degner.
Ooh, yeah,
I think it was.
Wide over the AstroTurf. Good save. That's probably a car control from Keza there. Lost it over the AstroTurf. Dipped 2 wheels onto the gravel trap on the outside, but lucky to keep it pointing in a straight line. So Jim Bob, after a really good showing last time out at Dragon Trail Gardens, he's hit the track once again, and he's got a clean bit of air in the Tyre Power Blacklight Motorsports car. Just behind him, his team owner, Good Doc, and he's shaping up to put a good show on today in the other Tyre Power car. We have Petey Pops for Doghouse Motorsport there in third, with Cruisin sitting just behind in fourth place, who finds himself down in Division 4 after missing the Monza Enduro and, after the Monza Enduro, he found himself down here in this Division 4 field, but unfortunately couldn't make the Dragon Trail Gardens race, so he has a lot of work to do to get back up to Division 3 for the final round. It might be possible, but we'll have to wait and see what happens this evening. Could be some penalties from the stewards, depending on how the race goes.
Yeah, I think between Jim Bob, Poppers, Cruisin and Keza, early on in quali, I think their times will be the ones that go into the bank. And then quite possibly, we should see some pit stops after the second lap, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're running on board with Laminator at the moment, 6th driver out on track in the Lightning Motorsports
Petey
M3.
Pops is wide on the first corner of Dregner, so that lap won't count for him, won't be any good.
And he's got Cruisin ahead of him as well, which is adding a little bit of traffic to the situation. We'll see if we can catch that on the replay. See what happened with Petey Pops. perhaps just misjudging the entry. Yeah, running very wide, a little bit late onto brakes. Missed that apex through the first Degner. And he'll have to slot in behind Cruz on there. Coming up to Spoon Curve now. We have Nemesis just behind Laminator in the Raisin Brownies black and pink livery for Symmetry Signs. So we see Laminator running wide there at the Spoon Curve. That's not ideal for lap time as he goes very far off the track. Wow, he has gone a long way off. Is that a disconnect perhaps from Laminator? I'm not too sure. Is he just giving away? Oh, he's disconnected. Oh, without setting a lap 2. That's going to be a rear grid start for Laminator, unfortunately. Well, we have a look with Debrev as the first few lap times coming in. The black and yellow CP Motorsports car, both Category 2 CP drivers finding themselves in this Division 4 field. Spitzy there in 8th for Kraken Esports, and we have Malevolent One, the Deeds driver, in the pink and black car in 9th at the moment. As the first few laps have come in, it looks like Jim Bob's sitting on top at the moment. A few more to cross the line. This is a brilliant showing. Spitzy, P2, goes 4,000 slower than Jim Bob. This is an insane margin at the start of this session. Look at that.
And at the same time, that was across about 5 or 6 of them in practice, all around the low to flat 201. So I wouldn't even expect, I expect them, to get into the twos with fresh tyres and lighter fuel.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very rapid pace from these guys. Considering what the Division 1 guys are doing, I've seen hints of 57, so 2 minutes are not very far off that at all. It's a very technical track this, and very easy to find time if you're a quick guy, and very easy to lose time if you're a little bit further down the order. But
Dregner's got another one with Spitzy, so stayed on, but the gravels killed his lap.
Yeah, we'll have a look on the Liquid Solutions action replay, see if we can catch that one. Let's see, as he's a little bit wide on the exit of the S's there. As he came to the Degners. Oh yeah, he just did the same thing as we saw with Petey Pops earlier. He's just hit the Astro, or missed up his braking marker, sorry, and then it's shot him wide away from the apex and over the AstroTurf. So yeah, this is definitely riding off this lap. Now is Jim Bob up on his lap?
He's in for tyres.
Oh,
he's in for tyres. Yep.
Yeah. It's getting a bit cloudy as well here. I would imagine Spitzy would hit as well. Cruisers in, most would be in. Somebody's gone around again. Who is that? Trying to find them.
Keza up to third with a 201.7.
Yes, very good lap from Keza.
So I did see Keza do a flat 201 in practice. So that's put him around another lap. What do we got? 3.5 minutes. So he might be tight there for a fresh set.
Most of these guys should be able to get a second lap in. Yeah, that's going to be touch and go for Keza. If he does just opt for another... wait, what? So we'll have a look at... Who was that just said that?
I think Laminator.
Hang on. Was it Laminator? Did he rejoin the...
He's rejoined the lobby.
Oh, okay, and then... Oh, so he's saying on that lap... So the game's obviously let him play on after he disconnected. He sets a 2-minute flat 0.9, and then he disconnected. So that's so unlucky from Laminator, unfortunately. But yeah, there's nothing we can do really.
Where was that? I think through the hairpin. Cruising went off and grazed the wall.
See if we can catch that on the replay.
He's on fresh tyres as well, so he will get one more lapping.
Yeah, you're right, at the hairpin. He overcooked the rears, spun across the track, and yeah, tapped the wall, unfortunately. So yeah, as you can probably read from the chat, Laminator not too happy with the disconnect, unfortunately, but yeah, he's going to be finding himself at the back of the grid with a lot of work to do, but this is probably the one race of the season where you can get away with starting at the back of the grid, because that rain is going to spell disaster for a lot of these guys. It's going to be slippery, as most of these guys start their final laps.
Yeah, so we've got Jim Bob on new tyres. Spitzy hasn't been in, so he will be a bit compromised with tyres. Cruiser new tyres. Malevolent 1 new tyres, and Good Doc on new tyres. So this is the lap that might count for him.
And Nemesis and Debrev are in the pits, but there's only 45 seconds on the clock, so I don't think they're going to get out and get a lap in, unfortunately. Oh, Jim Bob's gone off!
Wide. And Dragner, he's off into the sand.
That's huge. That's a massive off for Jim Bob.
He's still 4 thousandths holding P1. Well, the pole position.
Right on board with
Spitzy's down a second.
Replay. And as it came to Degner, I don't know, that's an odd one for Jim Bob. He just sort of, yeah, that's a weird one. Not too sure about that for Jim Bob. He seemed like he clipped the grass on the outside on the entry, and then he still hit the apex, but it just sent him a bit wide. But if Spitzy's a second down and Kez is nowhere, the only one who's really on a lap at the moment is Good Doc. He's approaching the sector split. Let's see what he's on. Can he go for a shot pole?
Malevolent 1.
So P4 and P5. But, Good Doc's up.
Personal best.
Just got to find 6/10 in the final sector. Can he get it done? Under brakes now. Into the triangle. On the power for the final time down towards the finish line. What's it going to be? 2:01. Oh, takes P4.
Managed to hold fourth.
Get Kez up. What's it going to be for Malevolent 1? As he rounds the
He's
spoon
about
curve.
to come on the back stretch. Yep.
As Petey Pop sets 2:02.6 to put himself into P8.
Yeah, Petey Pops and cruising, I think quali can be a bit unkind at times, and I think those two are about a hard quali because they're both a second quicker than that.
So Malevolent 1 into the triangle for the final time. He was a couple of hundredths down on his time. Can he nail this final sector and find 5/10 as well? It's a tough ask for the Switchblade Sim Sport driver. And he's going to find 2/10, but it's not going to be enough. I think that's all she wrote for this qualifying session. There's a couple in the pits, so we are going to have to wait out the 3-minute timer, unfortunately. But while we have you all here, make sure to place your predictions in the chat below for the race, because it's going to be very exciting. With Jim Bob starting on pole, I believe that's his first pole since he's returned to Sector 1, so he's done a brilliant job there, Jim Bob.
All right, I'll do a set by hosts there too. Will Lemonade start rear, or will I need to do a manual grid?
Yeah.
Have a look at the.
Because he didn't set a lap, so he will be starting from the rear of the grid, unfortunately.
I'll just see where he throws up in the thing that it doesn't prevent him from entering the race.
No, so I think we will need to do a host set grid to get him into the lobby. So, but we will head to a quick intermission so that we can sort out this grid, and we will be right back with Adelaide Ceramic Coatings Division 4 racing action. So, we'll just wait a little bit so that we can show you the results. All right, here we go. About to show you the results. So here is the Adelaide Ceramic Coatings Division 4 race qualifying results, I should say. We haven't done the race just yet. Here's how they will be lining up in a moment's time. Jim Bob will be starting from pole position, who outqualifies Spicey by 4 thousandths of a second. A piece of paper separates the Blacklight Motorsport and Kraken Esports drivers. Keswick Johnson, another strong performance, starts third. Good Doc there, occupies the second row of the grid in fourth. Malevolent One in fifth, with Nemesis alongside in sixth. We have Cruisin' in seventh, with Petey Pops in eighth, Debrev in ninth, and Laminator, unfortunately disconnecting, will be starting from the back of the grid with no time set. So we're going to head to a quick intermission to sort out this starting grid, I should say, and we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere, everybody.
ever seen.
Hello everybody, we are back and we are ready to go for Division 4, 23 laps of Suzuka Circuit. The grid is set and I think we are all ready to go. So I'm ready when you are, Gur, if you want to smash that big purple button.
Yeah, all will do, just giving the guys a signal. So race has started.
Here we go.
5 seconds.
So make sure to whack your drive of the day, your who you think is going to win today, or your predictions. That's a word. Why can I not think of the word predictions? I'm sorry, everyone. But we're about to go racing here at Suzuka Circuit. Here we go. There's the light sequence. About to start. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Revs rising, and we're out and racing here at Suzuka, and Spitzy gets off to a great start, but Keza better than both of the 2 in front, and then 3 wide as they approach the first turn of the Suzuka Circuit. Do they all keep it nice and clean? Do we lose anyone? Oh, Laminator running a little bit wide. Oh, he is very all over the show.
Yeah, there's a bit of technical lag there.
So they head up the hill through the S's. Single file mostly for all of these cars. Managed to keep it pointed the right way through the first few corners. Oh, running very wide is Malevolent 1. Oh, so does Nemesis, runs very wide, and now Petey Pops has nowhere to go. And Laminator is all over the show with the lag. But Spitzy, he holds on to the lead. Into the Degners. Looks like they keep it all fine for now. First half of this lap, fairly clean. We haven't lost any cars so far, which is great to see. Into the hairpin now. Is that a move? No, maybe just a defensive move from Malevolent 1. Just try and keep Nemesis at bay into the hairpin. On the power now. The run towards the spoon curve. In the dry, this corner isn't much, but in the wet, it is absolutely terrifying. You're playing with the grip. Spoon now. Nobody running wide. Everyone's keeping it fairly smooth, which is great to see. Looks like Laminator's issues have sorted themselves out for now.
Yeah, I've just been keeping an eye on that. It's the last set of laps been pretty good, and yeah, it was a worry because he did lose connection with a great time in quali, so I really wanted to see him do well, but he's holding P7 and looks like the issues are have fixed. Although a bit of bumping there with Nemesis, but very tight chicane there.
Laminator under a lot of pressure from Cruisin at the moment. As they cross the line to start the second lap, could we see a move from Cruisin? As he's right on his tail, 2 tenths behind. Is he able to get by? Not this time. I think for most of these drivers, they've come into this race with the mentality of just going to make sure I get through the rain, and then the entire race is going to get flipped on its head. That rain should be arriving around lap 5 to 7. Latest it'll be is on lap 7. So if these guys can make these tyres last 7 laps, that's all they need to do. Fuel should definitely make it, but tyres will be the big question, whether they can go the whole dry period here, or whether we'll see anybody unnecessarily having to dive into the pits before the rain hits. That would be the worst situation for these guys. Oh, as we see, who's that running wide?
Yeah,
I believe
Cruisin's Laminator and Cruisin very tight through the second Dregner, and that gave Cruisin the opportunity to get around, but Laminator's back up the inside.
This is brilliant racing. We saw a flash of the headlights from Nemesis, so he's not happy. So we'll see what happened on the Liquid Solutions action replay in a moment time, as it looks like Cruisin trying to come back at Laminator for P6 at the moment. Oh, running wide. Oh, toying with the AstroTurf there is Cruisin. Down towards 130R now. Looks like Laminator got the run that he needs. So we'll have a quick look at the replay. Let's see what happened. So Nemesis was ahead, and then we've missed. Oh, I think Laminator tried to throw it down the inside of Nemesis, and then ran wide, which meant that Cruisin slipped on by. So very opportunistic from Cruisin there to get himself up into P6, but now he's still got a job to do. He's got to get up into P6, but we've had a change for P2 here as Keza gets himself up into P3. We see the two Blacklight Motorsports drivers driving in formation, P3 and P4 at the moment. It's a podium spot on the line, and currently Jim Bob occupies that with Good Doc sitting behind.
And they were quite condensed at the end of the previous lap, so I think as we get into the second half of the circuit, this group will close up again with the slipstream.
Absolutely. And that gap between Spitzy and Keza isn't too great either. 7 tenths between them. Spitzy is by no means out of trouble here.
Jim Bob was a little bit wide under brakes there, but he's probably lost 5 tenths, and that's given the Good Doc the chance to go up, but he'll get the turn into the hairpin. Maybe. he's given his team owner a good run for his money. Great scrap. Good Doc's managed to hold that, but I thought when he went wide, Jim Bob might have had that chance, but
I know that they're probably on the headset together talking to each other through this one, but it's not stopping them from having a great scrap. But as it stands, Laminator is taking 5th place from Malevolent 1. He's up into P5. So what's happened to Malevolent 1 there? We'll have a look on the Liquid Solutions action replay of that one. So on the run to spoon curve, has he just thrown it down the inside? Yes, he has. Late under brakes, gets it done, almost runs off the track. Whoa, toying with that AstroTurf. I wouldn't want to take the bet on them too many times.
And he's totally closed up onto Jim Bob and Good Doc.
So Laminator, despite starting at the back of the grid, he's already up in a P5. Looking very racy. He's going to make a move for P4 here. Got a brilliant run on
lap of the race.
Jim Bob. Oh, wow. 2:01.1. That's pole. Throws it down the inside. Can he get it done? Jim Bob round the outside. What defense? But a little bit of contact mid-corner. And Laminator's going to go through. Flash of the headlights from Jim Bob. He's not happy with that. He thought he was entitled to space. But he's in hot pursuit. He wants to catch up to Laminator. He's not going to let that one die just like that. From pole position, he's already down to finish.
Oh, Good Doc in front's gone wide.
Oh, that
on the
opens
sand,
it up.
it's badly checked him up.
Oh, he's lost it. Oh, no. Oh, the teammates collide. Oh.
Somehow he's held it.
How is he still pointing in the right direction? And Jim Bob's gone off. Down into 7th. Are both the Blacklight drivers off?
No, we've still got Good Doc up there. He managed through all that, losing it. I think he got a bit of a tap by Jim Bob that helped him straighten up.
So we'll have a look at that from the perspective of Jim Bob. So they've come through the S's. Good Doc has lost it a little bit. And then Jim Bob has looked to try and get through. And they collide. Laminator goes through. That checks up Jim Bob. Then Nemesis flies through or shows the nose. Jim Bob drives off the track and he loses loads of positions from all the way down to Petey Pops. So that's
and Keza's just got P1.
Oh, I've missed that too. Oh no. So we'll catch that on the replay if we can grab it in a sec.
Through 130R on the back stretch.
No, he didn't.
It was Brave. He was on the inside. I think Spitzy gave a bit of racing room, to his credit.
As we have a look, yeah, he got alongside and then full bravery, full send. Oh, that's maximum commitment from Keza. Spitzy lives to fight another day. He concedes the position. And the Brocchio 5 sim racing driver is up into the lead of the race. P2 last time out at Dragon Trail. Couldn't quite chase down, not Felix, Madrick for Black Rose. But he's sitting pretty in P1 at the moment in this Division 4 field. Looking to get up into Division 3 for the season finale at Sardinia in 2 weeks' time.
And Lemonada from 10th on the grid, now in 3rd.
And he's still eyes forward. He's only 5 seconds off the lead, but he is not giving up this easily. Lap 5 now. So if the rain is looking threatening, these guys should start to see something on the radar, potentially.
And Cruisin's all over Malevolent One, going through the hairpin.
As Malevolent One throws it down the inside, yeah. Gets it done. Cruising tried to wrap that around the outside then. It didn't quite work out for him. Have a look on the replay at this one. Yeah, so Cruiser, he had the outside line. Malevolent One goes really defensive. And then on the run through the hairpin, they manage, Malevolent One manages to defend that position. Cruisin still looking very racy. Right on the back of Malevolent One, looking to get by. 1.5 tenths the gap at the moment. As they approach 130R, Cruising shows the nose. Not quite the same commitment that Keza. Oh, Cruising!
Bit of dirty wash or losing sight of the apex there, I think.
Yeah. Not ideal.
He was so close.
He drops back 2.5, but Jim Bob and Nemesis go side by side through the triangle. And Nemesis holds on to his position in 7th. So Jim Bob by no means is out of this race. He's 8th. He knows he has the pace. He just has to keep it on the track.
And look, when the rain does come, there's a couple of different strategies. There's 2 compounds at play here. There's wets and intermediates. Both have their advantages when the peak moisture's on the track, but it depends then on how long till that track dries that you need to stay on wets or intermediates, because there is a lap differential, time differential, I should say.
It fully depends on how quickly the track dries and how long you intend to stay out on your tyres for, because when it's full wet, the wets are quicker. But when it's just those intermediate conditions, especially when the track's drying, that piece of rubber is going to get
Jim
you a lot
Bob
further
is up the inside of Nemesis through 2nd to Regner.
Looked like Nemesis almost lost it there. Let's have a look on the replay. On the run up the hill, so Nemesis is ahead.
Oh, Cruisin's into the wall.
Oh no!
Through the hairpin, exited the hairpin.
That's all gone wrong for Cruisin. Quickly jump back so we can grab the replay. But yeah, that's not ideal for Cruisin. He's still got damage, so we'll have a look. Yeah,
carrying a bit of splitter damage, but that's where we're starting to see the tyre wear come into play.
Oh, that's what we saw him doing qualifying. Oh, Cruisin. He's lit up the rears and then spun into the wall at the hairpin. Not going well for Cruisin. Long way to go in this race yet, though. So here's the crucial lap.
Build up a good buffer here, 4.1.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of drivers in their race aren't watching the radar, but I can see rain coming in.
So most of these guys going until lap 7.
Coming in from the southeast.
Nobody's blinking at the pit lane yet, though. So Laminator right on the back of Spitzy here for P2. Is he able to get it done at some point over this lap before they pit for the wet tyres if it does rain sometime this lap? Oh, Spitzy's gone off!
I was just about to say, Spitzy's tyres are very, very ordinary at the front, especially. There is nothing usable there.
Right on board with him. Let's see what happens.
Good Good Dock and Laminator have still got reasonable tyres, same with Keza. So Spitzy, the pace he's needed to get up there has certainly hurt him.
Oh, there might have been a touch from Laminator there. That's really concerning. I think
Jim Bob and Malevolent One.
Oh!
And there's a redress there.
Oh, yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened there between those two. Let's have a look. And there is rain on the track at the moment.
Yeah, and that's brought Poppers up into P6, probably P5, because Nemesis is carrying half-second penalty in front of him.
Oh, yeah, that's
which
a big
I think
one.
he got somewhere through Dunlop or through the Snake.
Yeah, so Jim Bob's done the right thing there, redressed that. That's not gone well for him. These guys still going at it.
No moisture on the track, but I think we'll see during the course of the next lap. Spitzy's wide again, coming onto the backstretch.
Oh, Spitzy's having a tough time.
Poppers up to 5.
He started the lap in second place, and he's down to 6 at the moment, Spitzy. He is wishing that this rain approached. Oops, Kez is in. Is this everyone in now? Laminator goes around again. That's a big call. Does Good Doc peel in? Yes, he does. Petey Pops. He finds himself in 4th at the moment. If this goes his way, he's gone around again. Nemesis is
gone
in.
Around.
Spitzy. He'll be the next one to make the call. He's in. He couldn't do another lap on those. Everyone else.
So this is a big call for Laminator and Petey Pops. They'll either gain time, as long as they're in before the rain starts too heavy. There's only a little bit there on the track, well within Soft's territory at the moment.
So
but there's some heavy stuff behind it.
Debrev has gone very deep into the triangle there on his approach to the pit lane. Oh, he has no fronts. That's why. He has no tyres.
Yeah.
That'll do that. As we're on board with Laminator, who looks to be struggling at the moment, potentially. No, he's still got plenty of grip. Petey Pops is going to hope that he can get back to the pits in time. What's the rain gauge looking like at the moment, Go?
Not too bad. Still within Soft's territory, and I've just been watching. Petey Pops has managed to ink out about 1.5 seconds, staying on Softs over Keza on intermediates since Keza exited the pits. But it's getting very, very close now. We're pretty much in line with that first bar on the water meter, and you can visibly see the rain coming down.
So Laminator might get away with it, but Petey Pops is the big question mark at the moment. Can he make it home? He's still eking out that gap.
Yeah, and especially through Casio Triangle, that is really slippery with a very tight entry into pit lane. And we got the heaviest stuff now. We're right in it.
Oh, so Laminator's going to make it as he comes through 130R at the moment. But Petey Pops.
We're starting to see Keza now. He's just ripped 3 seconds out of... Keza has ripped 3 seconds out of Petey Pop since the heavier rain started.
Yeah, absolutely. Is he going to make it home, though? I think he's just going to make it, but is that extra lap going to help him in any way?
It's like a wet dog on lino through there.
Let's have a look as he peels in.
He's in safely, no white lines. So that'll have the whole field, I think, on... everyone behind has run intermediates, so we'll see what the two in the front do.
So Laminator's put 74 in the tank, and he's going to undercut Keza. So he's taking the lead of the race here by staying out an extra lap. Look at this from Laminator, but I believe Keza's on a full tank now. So that's 25%
he was
less.
pretty close to full. So yeah, that'll come back on the next stop.
Oh,
Laminator's he's off.
Again
he's
off.
He's in the sand.
Oh.
Gap's down to 4 seconds. 3, 1.
Oh, it's all gone wrong for Laminator, and now he has Keza right on his tail. As we see,
Laminator's tyres are cold. They are really cold. And Keza's had the benefit of a lap to warm the inters up, and he's through the lead.
Gets it done on the approach to the Degners. Oh, is that
very
some really
tricky
heavy
corner
rain?
this when it's wet. Those painted bits are very slippery.
Oh, somebody's gone off. That is Jim Bob, who's had an excursion at the S's. So now's the big question. Who is on wets and who is on inters? Would you be able to give us the rundown, Guru?
Everyone on inters. Malevolent one is off. Yeah. Everyone's on inters.
That's pretty big.
I
mean, yeah. I mean, when you saw
So what they're doing, probably slower, really wet laps, but the inters will come home a little bit quicker as the track starts to dry and not wear as hard.
Yeah.
But this track takes about 3 laps at least to dry, to where softs can come into play after heavy rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tiptoeing around Jim Bob and Debrev.
So Kez has taken the lead, but Laminator hasn't given up.
Jim Bob's off again.
Oh no!
He's managed to hold it straight.
For Jim Bob.
And Cruisin went wide up at the start of Spoon.
Oh, it's all kicking off. As Keza and Laminator are separated by 6 tenths at the moment, 5 tenths. Great run from Laminator. 3 tenths, 2 tenths. He's got a brilliant run out of the Casio Triangle, and he's going to retake the lead of the race. Pulls to the inside. Can he get it done? On the greasy circuit here at Suzuka. Does he run deep? Oh, no, he's nailed the braking there. Reclaims the lead. Now, I imagine we'll see these guys trade places throughout this race, because there's a weird quirk with Gran Turismo where the leader is at a huge disadvantage on a drying track because they clear away the water, and it can be sometimes worth up to 2 seconds a lap if you're the lead car to the driver behind. So something to think about as the track dries later on. Oh, somebody's peeled in for wets. Who was peeled in for wets? Is that Spitzy? Spitzy dived in for some wet tyres, which is an interesting call at the stage of the race.
And he's unfortunately picked up a 3-second penalty on the way out.
Yeah.
And and that is the worst part about the tyres in these conditions. They stay cold for the best part of a lap. So you might have the grooves, but you haven't got the heat.
So
Laminator's pushed on, 3.255 ahead.
He's really done his wet weather practice, Laminator, and he's squirming about. Squirting, squirming. This is sliding everywhere all over the track, Laminator. He's really wringing the neck out of this Lightning Motorsport M3. Trying to get the most lap time out of it in these wet conditions.
I'm not sure, but I think he might even be from far north Queensland, so he's probably a bit used to the wet.
Yeah. Oh, good dock. Oh. Very slidey, looking so unstable. As Nemesis finds himself up into 4th with Petey Pops in 5th. So in the grand scheme of things, I think Petey Pops has found a position by staying out the extra lap.
Yeah, they're taking it all very gingerly, but the rain's starting to just back into a bit of drizzle now, so...
You can already see a touch of the dry line starting to form. See how long it takes for these guys to completely clear the water and see who's the first one to take the gamble on the soft compound tyre. We're not even halfway through this race yet.
No, I'm just looking at the radar. Depending on what the wind does, there's a little bit more coming behind this.
Things have spread out a little bit. Definitely see those who have nailed the choice of tyre and those who've fallen back a little.
I'm not sure these guys are looking at their radar because I can't see it on most of the cars, but there's definitely a little bit of follow-up. At the moment, the wind will be blowing it away from the track, but it is there. You never know.
Oh, Spitzy! Oh, he might have to return to the pits for a change of pants because that was a lot of AstroTurf through the first turn as well. Who's gone off there? Cruisen's gone off at the first turn. He wasn't as fortunate as Spicey, who got away with a little bit of AstroTurf. And he takes an excursion off the track. So it seems like Keza has found his wet boots. And he's starting to close up that gap. Now 3.1. It was almost 4 seconds at the start of the lap. And the track is definitely starting to dry out, as you can see.
Yeah, and we're just seeing the edge of that second band. So it's pretty much skirting the track. So I think the dry line will stay there. It'll just prevent the track from drying maybe as quick as normal.
Now what's interesting as well is depending on when you jump on the slicks, the dry line when you can jump on slicks is there a long time before all the waters disappear from the track edge. So I think if some people take the gamble on the slicks earlier in the race, I think we'll definitely see a couple of people doing the old hunt for water, because the way tyre wear works in Gran Turismo is almost entirely dependent on tyre temps. So if you can keep your slicks cool, you can pretty much run them to the end. So despite it being 4 times tyres, and we saw after 6 laps, everyone's front tyres were dead, you can find a little bit of water on the edge of the track, that'll keep those temps down and you're able to run for longer on those slicks.
Yeah, Kez has managed to just bring that gap back a little bit to just over 3 seconds.
Oh, somebody has lost it. It's Malevolent One at 130R. Try and catch that one on the Liquid Solutions action replay. Let's see what's happened here. Oh, he's had a big excursion at 130R. We actually missed it, so we'll go to the replay again. I apologise. Let's have a look beforehand. So Spitzy throws it down the inside. Oh, there was contact! And then a huge overcorrection for the Switchblade Sim Sport driver. So that's all gone wrong for Malevolent One. There may be a steward's report incoming for Spitzy. As it stands at the moment, 2.3. So Keza really finding his groove on those intermediate tyres. And you can see a definite wet line starting to form.
And Jim Bob has pulled the trigger. He'll be in for softs, I think.
That's very
so
early.
That dry line, yeah, looking at the water meter on the track, it's suitable for softs, but you've got a very narrow dry line. And I was just watching Keza run through the triangle, and over the paintwork, the water was splashing up. So,
So did he chuck on the softs then?
Yeah, he has. He's gone to softs.
So he's done well to get out of the pit lane on those slick tyres. But now, I wonder if he'll do what I said some people might try to make those softs.
Yeah, he'll have to, because he's got 23 laps. He's got 11 laps. He's got to get out of those softs, which is a big ask on this track.
So he's really got to make them last if he can. So
yeah,
as you can see already,
has disappeared from the radar.
Yeah, as you can see, Laminator Keza really hunting for that wet line on a straight. And Good Dog peels into the pits. He's going the slicks as well. Nemesis.
Yeah, I think they're a lap early, maybe 2 laps early if they can push with their intermediates, because it's going to be very tight at the other end. This track is unforgiving with its tyre wear.
Because we saw how much tyre wear there was out there in that first stint.
I know that was only 8 laps, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, with that trick to keep the tyre temps low, you might be able to get away with a little bit, but yeah, I wouldn't test it. So now we have the wet tyre, or the slicks and the ints going against one another.
Oh, Kez is off, and he's got front end damage.
Oh, that's a big off for Keza. Let's have a look.
That's at Dunlop, I think.
What's happened here for Keza? So he comes through the S's, up the hill, and he just runs wide. Oh, yep, so easy to do. I think in the wet, that's the hardest corner on the track, and it's bit. I'm surprised we haven't seen more off of that corner this race, but Keza's the first.
There is massive amounts of water still holding up on those curbs. The way it splashes when the cars go over, it's incredible.
You can see, I think the wet or the Inters are still the quicker tyre at this moment because Petey Pops and the Good Dog, they're going at it, and I think Good Dog's struggling to get the slicks into the operating temperature, and he's stuck behind Petey Pops. And if Petey Pops plays this smart and plants his car on the dry line, there's no way Good Dog can overtake him because he can't afford to wander around on that wet line, Good Dog. And that's exactly what Petey Pops is doing, is pushing him onto the wet stuff. But Good Dog, he doesn't care. He slides on by anyway, gets himself up in a P4. That's brilliant from Good Dog. Oh, it takes a bit of water and he's almost lost it. That's the risk that you run when you've got the slick tyres on the car on a half-wet circuit. But as soon as Good Dog's by, he takes off and he's already put a second on Petey Pops. So, correct me if I'm mistaken, but Spitzy is still on the wet tyres.
Yeah, he's still on wets. He's probably got one lap left in him, but I think it'll be a slower lap than what he's doing. Yeah. They're pretty worn, and yeah, he's in, I think. No, he's stayed out.
So I think
they're definitely in range of getting home now.
Yeah. Oh,
that's sort of 9 laps.
Go.
Yeah. But the guys that can stay out, their last couple of laps, last 3 laps, will be a lot quicker than the guys who pitted early and ran on the softs.
Yeah. So Cruisen's made the call and he's in. So you see Spitzy, even through the corners, he's hunting for that wet line. He wants to try and make these tyres last, and he can't afford the dry line. He's taken too much out of the tyres. He's putting way too much energy into those tyres on the dry line. But Dobrev is really pressuring him. So is Dobrev on the Inters?
Yes. Still on Inters, about half worn.
Yeah, so Dobrev...
So you have a lot more grip through here than Spitzy. But a narrow line to work with.
Two-time
you see the water splashing up.
Dobrev. He's a great driver, shows great racecraft whenever he drives.
He's got the run out of Degner.
Absolutely. Gets it up on the inside and perfectly done. Seeking for that wet line for a bit of relief to those tyres. So the big question is who pulls in?
Yeah, and look, a few of these guys at the back that haven't swapped over yet, there's a fair bit of, it's up to half a tank fuel differentials. So guys like Poppers, it'll be a much shorter stop. A few of the others in front of him are a fair bit down on fuel. They run light in the rain.
So interesting enough, Kes is not looking for the wet line at all on a straight line. He doesn't want to pull down those tyres at all. So Nemesis is in from P3. And he's got Good Dog, whoever takes him now, who is on the dry compound. But I'd imagine he was one of the first to stop, so he'll need another stop.
Yeah, I thought that might have been a
huge moment from Good Dog, but he holds on to it. That's car control if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, for the guys out there on intermediates, at the end of lap 15, that is the time Kez is struggling through grip through Dunlop. It pushed him wide and slowed him down.
Yeah.
But this whole time, Laminator's extracted. Keza did have his moment, but he's out to nearly 23 seconds.
Riding on board with Petey Pops at the moment, and I believe he is yet to pit, isn't he?
Yeah, he will be in, I'd say, at the end of this lap.
Looks like he's really struggling for grip out there.
Yeah, I'm just looking, there's a bit of cloud cover up there still blowing through on the radar, so that's slowing the track drying. and just make it a bit trickier for those extra laps. But it probably has helped the guys on intermediates just ink out another lap, reduce their time on softs.
Yeah.
So Laminator is in, 22 litres of fuel.
And
So I think we'll see Kazza, PD Pop and all the rest come in.
yeah. You would assume
Yep,
so.
Kazza's in.
What about Good Dog? Good Dog, he's had the early stop, so
He's
now
already on softs, yeah.
essentially going to undercut most of these guys. But he is probably going to have to stop again.
Or be very, just look after his tyres, because he'll struggle to get home on, without severe wear.
So
And PD Pop, 20% more fuel there.
So that's going to be a huge save.
Yeah.
So Nemesis will retake third. So the question is, will he be able to go till the end? You would assume so.
Yeah, I think he pitted, looking at his tyre wear, he pitted last lap. And the timing, yeah, he's pitted lap 14.
So that's a great job from Nemesis. He's gone a little bit under the radar this race, but he finds himself in a podium place.
Yeah, he's certainly got fuel to get through the end and should get there on his tyres.
As Good Doc and Laminator is far from over. Oh, Laminator! He's almost gone off the track there. That would have been disaster at the hairpin. He just carried too much speed and ran wide, and it almost spelt disaster for him in the late stages or the mid stages of this race. We are getting towards the pointy end of the race.
Yeah, well, the difference is Good Doc and Laminator on identical tyres. Identical fuel. Good Doc's tyres, he's getting close to a third worn, and Laminator's on new, on freshies.
Yeah.
Maybe not a third, but he's worn 20%.
A lot of pace difference between these guys at the moment. Laminator about to set his first lap on the fresh compound. Let's see if he can set a fastest lap. Wouldn't that be an achievement on this greasy circuit, this green track? Let's see. He starts his lap. It's a 3.9 second gap at the moment. Good Doc seems to be struggling just a touch. But Nemesis, he's got 12 seconds back to Keza, so could Nemesis just hold on to this and go all the way? That's the big question. If he manages this race right, he could be looking at a Division 4 podium right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, his fuel is the same as Keza behind him, but his tyres, look, there's only an extra lap wear there.
Yeah.
So he is well placed. It really comes down to the lap times.
So Keza showed great pace in the dry at the start of this race. He took the lead from Spitzy and built a gap, but he struggled in the wet. So now it's time for the dries once again. Can he get his car over the line and snag a podium in the late stages of this race? That's the big question. Good Doc might be pitting again.
Well, Cruisen's had a moment up in the triangle. He's gone wide into the sand.
That's not gone well for Cruisen. Let's see if we can catch that on Liquid Solutions Action Replay. Through 130R. Under brakes. Oh, yeah, that's not gone well for him. He's lit up the rears once again and gone to the right side of the track, in between the right-left part of the triangle. So that's a bit of an interesting one, but that seems to be the issue with Cruisen's car today. A bit tail-happy, which he's not too comfortable with. Maybe want to change the tune if he had the race again, perhaps.
Now we're seeing the difference in tyres. There's a 1.5 second differential in lap times to Laminator's advantage.
Yeah,
So he's closed that
absolutely.
gap from 4 seconds. Oh, 3.8, yep.
2:04.3 plays a 2:02.8. That is a huge pace differential. And Laminator, he's
And,
getting the hammer down and really closing up
and
this gap
coming
to Good
down
Dog.
before our eyes.
Yeah.
Down to 1.6.
The lap started at 3 seconds and it's already halved that. Of course, catching up to Good Doc is one thing, but getting past him is another. The Blacklight Motorsport team owner, not afraid to have a ding-dong battle. Oh, as he goes off the track! That's not ideal. That's another half second thrown away. Actually, it's looking more like a second as they approach the hairpin. Oh, Lemonade running very wide. Maybe on purpose. Maybe he saw that it was too close to Good Doc. Maybe just giving the tyres a bit of a break.
Yeah, I think he did come in pretty deep under brakes, so he had to sort of just take that wider route.
6/10 at the moment. For Laminator, the situation's clear. He's got 25 seconds back to Nemesis. And he's got Good Doc just in front, who he thinks might have to pit again. I don't know, 5 laps to go. Do you think Good Doc could get to the end on it?
He'll be seeing red. He's...
Oh, showed the nose there, Laminator, didn't he?
Yeah, this might have been a small bump on the turn in, but look, Good Doc's down to a third on his front and only marginally better on both rear. And you can see it, and if I was him, I might be switching that traction control on.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because if you look at it right now, Good Doc may have thrown away first place. He's probably thinking, no, first place is not realistically where we're going to finish in this race. But you see Nemesis 25 seconds behind. You're going to lose about 35 seconds in a stop. Oh, as we see the change for the lead, Laminator's going to go through. He takes the lead of the race over Good Doc.
Yep, through the snake. And look, that's probably what Good Doc should do is just moderate his pace now to get home, because that undercut brought him up, I think, about 5 positions. So it was a good move for him.
And as I was saying, he sees Nemesis is 25 seconds behind. In 5 laps, even on worn tyres, can you lose 25 seconds? That's 6 seconds a lap, really. You're going to have to lose, so... And you're going to lose
Nemesis tyres... Yeah, look, Nemesis tyres aren't that much better than Good Doc in the front. So, you know, he'll be... Yeah, well, compared to Keza... Yeah, compared to Keza in front of him, Nemesis front tyres are a lot worse. Actually, all the tyres are.
So if you're Good Doc, has he got the fuel to make it?
Yeah, he's got the fuel.
So that's...
All the top runners, maybe, it's hard to say. Yeah, look, they're all pretty much the same. Maybe Debrev and Malevolent One are a little bit lower, but I think they'll get home.
So Good Doc, he might be a bit tyre compromised, but due to the spacing of the cars, he might be able to jag a P2 here.
Oh, definitely. And he's actually managed to pull a second there, I think, on Nemesis this lap, so... Just got to keep it on the track.
So right on board with him for a lap. As he heads down towards the first turn, we see Laminator still hunting for the wet line down to the first turn, but looks like all the moisture's gone from the circuit. Oh, Good Doc! You can't be doing that, mate! Oh, get back on the track! Oh, the AstroTurf, so tricky! That's going to lose him a bunch of time. Into the S's now. Smooth steering, just guiding the car on rails through the S's.
So Good Doc lost where he pulled a second, he lost it back through the last third of the track. So Nemesis was 1 second a lap quicker on that last lap. And Keza was a second quicker than than Nemesis, so he's pulling that gap down.
So now is the question, can Keza overtake Nemesis?
He's certainly got better tyres, so there's a chance.
Running out of time though for Both Nemesis on Good Doc and Keza on Nemesis. Things could close up over the next few laps. You never know.
I think too, the other mover to watch is Petey Pops. He's 5 seconds behind Spitzy, but he's got a much better car under him. So, pretty handy doghouse tune. But yeah, he's got a really good car under him at the moment. So, and he's cutting it down sort of 3 tenths every corner.
So
eyes forward, Mr. Petey Pops, and you could have a P5 here.
Yeah. So Good Dog has already lost 8 seconds to Laminator since he overtook him 2 laps ago.
Yep, and 4 to Nemesis behind him.
Yeah. Well, that gap's gone up a touch this lap. It was sitting in the 20s and it's in the 21s. So Good Dog is managing that gap fairly well. He's on track if he can just hold on to the car, keep it on the black stuff. As Keza, he's closed that gap. It's almost under 10 seconds to Nemesis, 12 back to Spitzy, and Petey Pops. He's closed that gap to 3 seconds, so Spitzy made a mistake somewhere.
I think it's just tyres. So Petey Pops has got a lot better tyres.
Did you see how much time he gained through 130R? It went from 3 seconds down to 2.3. 3 laps to go in this one.
Yeah, and I think with 3 laps to go, Good Doc and Nemesis are humming the Split Ends song, I See Red, because that's where the front tyres are.
Yeah.
They're just about there.
So there's not many cars in this race that aren't tyre compromised.
They're pushing wide through the hairpin. Lemonade is certainly, he's got half left, so he'll get home easy and be able to preserve that gap. If not, extend it out. Yeah, Good Doc Nemesis are on a slither of life left. Keza's half. Spitzy's down to about 15% left. Petey Pops is half. The Brev is half. Malevolent One is 15% left. Jim Bob's pretty much new tyres, so I didn't see him pit in, but he's done that. And Cruisin's 15% left, 20% left maybe. So yeah, it's definitely a tale of tyres.
2 laps to go for Laminator, 14-second gap to Good Dog. He has put the absolute hammer down on Good Dog.
So Laminator's 6 seconds a lap quicker than Good Dog, and 4 seconds a lap quicker than Nemesis. And then Keza and Peter Pops are a lot closer. Yeah.
So Keza might be able to get Nemesis here.
Yeah, he's only 6 seconds with basically 2.5 laps to go. I think his last lap was this lap here is it'll be a 2:03 something, I think.
2:04.
Yep, 2:03.399. Nemesis was a 2:07, so there's your gap, 2 laps.
Oh, look at that!
And Petey Pops, he's got P5.
Oh, nice stuff. Petey Pops.
The overtake there.
Catch that on the Liquid Solutions Action replay. So 130R, and then late on breaks into the triangle. And he gets it done. Yes, he does. Brilliant stuff from Petey Pops. Up into P5.
Yeah, so if Good Dog is pushing wide on every corner, but if he can, he's on solid red on the fronts now, and the back is just about there. So he's got a lap to go after this. If he can hold it, I think he's got second locked up, but I reckon P3 on the podium is absolutely open.
So just quietly as well, Jim Bob's chucked in the fastest lap of the race on the last lap at 2:09.
Yeah, he's got absolute freshies on there. I missed where he went into the pits.
So Nemesis is going to lose third. He's got half a second back to Keza. He's got a lap to go. If the race ended on this lap, he might have been able to get home. But look at that.
Kezza's got him.
Oh,
What a pass going into spoon.
Brilliant stuff from
That's a
Kezza.
pretty tricky pass there. There's not a lot of track.
Exactly. But Kezza's got it done. And the Brocchio 5 car is back on the podium. He started the race in P4. He got up to P1. And then he fell back through the order, but he finds himself back on the podium. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for Kezza, the number 82 driver. He's going to come home in P3, but he's got one more lap left.
And the top three, you couldn't separate them in practice. They were very close to each other. And well, there's time differentials through the rain and different things. It's they're the three that have landed on the top steps of the podium.
So it's not all sunshine and rainbows for Good Doc. He's got 10 seconds to Kezza, who on that last lap was lapping 15 seconds quicker. So it's not over. Kezza, he could be coming for P2.
Good Doc is seriously pushing wide on corners. He's doing everything he can with that car, but
they've done 5 corners on the circuit, and that gap is already down to 6 seconds.
Oh, he's in the sand. He's just rubbing in the sand. Oh,
Good Doc's going to
I think
lose
Kezza will
second.
get this. His tyres are cooked. Yeah.
3.5 seconds the gap. He's got 6 corners to go, but it's not going to be enough. 2.42 seconds. He's losing so much time. He's so tired. Oh, Kezza's off! Oh no!
Oh no, the red mist got him.
Oh!
He saw the time come down.
That might be the breath of fresh air that Good Doc needs to secure this P2. It's going to come down to the wire.
He is in so much pain with these tyres.
Oh, he can't even go full out through there. Oh,
It's like he's got a cooked mud crab on each corner of the car.
He's just got 4 corners to go. 4 seconds the gap. Oh, through the spoon. Oh, as we missed Laminator, he's won by 40 seconds.
Crossed.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
3 seconds the gap. Good Doc. Is he going to get it done? It's so close. It's going to come down to the wire. Can Kezza get it done? He's thrown away the P2 here. And I don't think he's
got to get through 130.
Through 130.
He's done it safely.
And now the Casio triangle. He's got a 2-second buffer. 1.5. It's down to a second. Good Dog. He's just got 1 corner to go. Can he get there? I think he can. Oh, he's going to hold on somehow.
6 tenths, 5 tenths.
Look at this. Oh,
he's done it. Well done.
Good Dog.
Great driving from both of them. And from Laminator up front.
And Nemesis.
Petty Pops.
He might lose
He's
to
very
Petty
close.
Pops. Oh. Nemesis holds on.
Well, 1/10.
And Dobrev in P6, he gets Spitzy too. So Spitzy falls to 7. Oh, that came down to the wire.
Spitzy, unfortunately, those extra laps with those front tyres.
And Jim Bobby's grabbed P9 from Malevolent One as well, who's had an absolute mare on that last lap. And he's going to grab an extra point, add to his name as well, with the fastest lap of the race. So it's he's picked up all the extras, Jim Bob. Pole position, fastest lap. And unfortunately, he's finished down the order in P8. He will come home after a tough day in the office for Jim Bob.
And judged his fuel probably down to the last couple of 100 metres.
Good stuff from Jim Bob.
And same with Malevolent One.
Malevolent One.
But he's on solid red on the front too, so the guys are just pretty much passengers.
Yeah. So he's going to come home, cross the line, and that is all she wrote for the Adelaide Ceramic Coatings Division 4 race here at Suzuka. Well, make sure to place your Driver of the Day nominations down below, guys, and we'll tally them up. But for now, we'll have a look at the race results after that brilliant race that came down to the wire for P3 or P2 and P4, I should say. So here's the results of that one. So Laminator takes P1 by 45 seconds in the end. Then it was 4/10 that separated Good Doc and Keza for P2 and P3. Nemesis there in P4, losing P3 in the last lap of the race and almost losing P4 to a charging Petey Pops, who takes P5. Sixth goes to Dobrev, who overtakes the wounded Spitzy on the last lap as well. Jim Bob takes pole position and the fastest lap of the race and comes home in P8 there. Level at 1, P9 with Cruisin there in 10th, a lap down. Couldn't quite manage the wet conditions. So yeah, definitely it spread out for a little bit, that race, but it came back to us in the end.
Yeah, it did. A couple of the drivers did some, I guess what you'd call alternate strategies to each other. You know, early going for the undercut, some staying out late. But yeah, it certainly got close in probably three across 6 positions, got really close.
Which some of you may have noticed watching on. We didn't have a strategy graphic for this round. That's because coming into this round, we really had no idea what the strategy was. We could have thrown a dry strategy up, but when we knew that rain was coming, it wasn't worth it. So we just let it play out, and play out it did. There was, I think, every driver was on a different strategy. We didn't have any 2 cars that pit on the same lap for both of their stops. Brilliant to see. So, who do you think you're going to give your drive of the day to there, Gur?
Split decision for me. So, look, I think Laminator coming from last place to first place, and not only doing it, but doing it quite convincingly, 45 seconds was the gap. And considering, you know, he had obviously net issues in quali, and also that first lap, I didn't think he was going to survive. Just with his connection. So that was sensational. Really loved it. The other part was the Good Doc. I reckon that was a tremendous drive. Gutsy call to go in and put softs on so early when the track's still very wet with only a narrow dry line. And, you know, he managed to hold that through to the end. So wouldn't have got another lap out of it. So he timed it pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's a split for me. So it might come down to your vote in the chat. And actually looking at the chat, it also looks fairly split. We could have a tie.
Yeah. I mean, I think you summed it up perfectly. Laminator last to first challenge complete. He said he had concerns about his overtaking, but he made some brilliant moves today, and we love to watch every moment of it. That was brilliant to see. And yeah, Good Doc just drove brilliantly. That was really gutsy. A gutsy drive to get there in the end. Take the P2. He got given a bit of luck there when Keza misjudged the second Degner and went off, because that was looking certain on that last lap that Keza was going to get him, and it just gave Good Doc a bit of breathing room, and he was able to capitalize on it and got home just in the nick of time. 4/10 was the gap in the end, so wow, you just absolutely love to see it. But I think, yeah, Laminator with the last to first is my honourable mention. But I think, yeah, you got to give it to Good Doc. Just the way he managed those tyres. He was the second driver to pit onto the slicks. And he ran till the end and held his P2. I mean, brilliant stuff. I mean, just using all the tricks in the book to keep the tyre wear away. And came home convincingly. So,
yeah, I think it's 8-2. Count is 8 for Good Doc in the chat and 4 for Laminator. So, yeah, both getting equal praise, just in respect. They did it in very different ways. But, yeah, I'm just glad Laminator could hang in there, because I was a bit worried in that first lap.
Yeah, he was all over the show. And then it sorted itself out, lucky for him. So, yeah, we're glad his internet fixed itself, because we would have been robbed of that brilliant last to first challenge if it didn't sort itself out.
Yep.
So, special thanks to Gur for putting on his race director boots once again. He's been in the comms box on the streaming side this season. So, good to have you back in for the co-commentator in the comms box tonight, Gur.
No worries. Thank you for that. It's a pleasure as always. It's especially when you get a race with the different dynamics and sort of those little internal strategy battles. I really love that, whether I'm driving or RDing or commentating. So great stuff, team. Hey.
So don't go anywhere, guys. We're just about to get into the Division 3 Liquid Solutions Round 7, where we should have some brilliant racing action. It's 6 points separate the top 3 in the championship in that regard. So don't go anywhere. Don't scratch your eyes, because we're about to do it all again for Division 3. We're going to head to a quick intermission, and we're going to say bye to Gur. We're going to welcome in our next race director. So we'll catch you all very shortly. Go grab a beverage and grab a snack, and meet us back here in 5 minutes. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Hello, everybody. We are back for Liquid Solutions Division 3 racing action. And once again, I'm Lenosis, and joining me in the commentary box is everyone's favourite animal, Goaty. How are we doing tonight, Goaty?
Oh, mate, bloody terrific. It is just so fantastic to be here, and it's so good to know that I'm everyone's favourite animal.
Yeah. I think it's
Made
by
my day.
default. I don't think there's any more animals in Sector 1, so...
No, there's a lot of animals. It's a very, very prestigious title, and I'm just glad to have it.
Alrighty, Goaty. So, after we've just seen the Division 4 race, there's a lot left on the table. A lot needs to be desired with this Division 3 race. We didn't see that first bit of rain hit the RO5 in the Div 4 race, so whether it hits in the Div 3 race, it could change the dynamic of this one completely. Could throw it on its head, and it's going to be an interesting race to see how things happen. But we'll just have a look at our track map once again. So, of course, 23 laps. We're starting in late morning with the 5 times time progression. 4 times tyre wear, 4 times fuel. Of course, with those settings, the front tyres get absolutely punished around this this Japanese circuit. And yeah, I mean, what would you do to save those tyres, Goaty?
Just do a wheelie. No, I don't really know. You got to kind of be nice to the front tyres and really kind of slow down the car to minimise your corner speed and try and get better exits. And there's a couple of little things you can do. But no, we'll see how Div 3 goes tonight. It should be an interesting one with the rain coming in halfway through, which will definitely turn things on its head. Like you said earlier, like it is coming at an awkward time of the race, so yeah, it'll be suboptimal for these guys tonight.
Absolutely. So we'll just run through the standings at the moment. We had a look at them earlier, but this is how the point situation shapes up at the top. Revs leads the way ahead of Sizzling Sausage, with Big J there in 3rd, Black Project in 4th, Carbon Boy currently in 5th place in the championship, with Budsy 5th, Freelix 6th, sorry, Freelix 7th, Snake Eyes 8th, The Stranger 9th, VF 10th, Wartime 11th, Madrick 12th, Excel 13th, Pro 14th, and with Budsy and Snake Eyes no longer in the championship, that leaves Renegade and Kill on the Loose with the job of Division 3. They're stepping up for this one. So, yeah, we saw last time out, Big J won out at Dragon Trail, with Revs and Sizzling Sausage having rather lackluster finishes there. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I remember Sizzling Sausage had a bit of a shocker. It was a shame because he was on for such a good finish. But yeah, the rain caught him out. So hopefully he can do a bit better tonight.
yeah, absolutely. Which Sausage was leading the race up until that point, and came at an awkward time for him, and he had to make the choice whether to come in or stay out. He stayed out and ended up being the wrong call. And of course, when the track started to dry out, couldn't quite nail the lines that he needed to make the most of the slick tyres in that situation. But yeah, ultimately, interesting race out at Dragon Trail. Go check out the Facebook if you want to watch the highlights. But yeah, I mean, if we get more of that tonight, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. I've always said that this Division 3 field offers the best racing that we have here in Sector 1, so I'm looking forward to every minute of racing action that we get over the next hour and a bit.
Yeah, that's it. So should we get into it, mate? Start off with a 10-minute qualifying session.
I think so, but first, the all-important question of tonight, while the paint is still not dry, what colour have you painted it this evening, Goaty?
I was going to paint it a vanilla purple, actually.
Oh yeah,
Just kind of caught my eye today. Yeah, I was thinking about it earlier. So vanilla purple.
Can you describe?
Everyone knows a classic vanilla purple.
Can you describe what a vanilla purple is, mate?
It's like imagine a gay person and they were eating some ice cream, and then you have a real close look at what the container looks like, and it's that color.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get going on this Division 3 qualifying. What do you say, Cody?
Yeah, sounds bloody terrific.
Here we go. The button has been pushed. The vanilla purple button.
Yeah, there we go. So, I was looking at the lads do some laps earlier, and Excel has been doing really well actually. He's been on fire in the practice sessions leading up to this. So yeah, we might actually see a couple of low 59s here, maybe even crack into a 58.
So we see the first few drivers leave the pits and enter the racing circuit here at Suzuka. Excel, the first driver out on track for Datsun Racing. He missed the Monza Enduro due to internet issues and was unable to make last time out at Dragon Trail Gardens, but he's back here once again with an absolute vengeance. Maybe out of the championship fight, but he's still got something to prove in the Datsun Racing car. We have Revs just behind him. Earlier in the season, these two were having a good old championship battle, but now Revs holds the championship lead once again as the timing system is sorting out the order of the cars. So we see the Stranger out on track in a new coloured car, a new livery on the Doghouse Motorsport car after their major sponsor on the Stranger's car changed. Well, they had a rebranding. So to signify that, the Stranger, he got the call up and he had to get his paintbrushes out and draw some new colourful lines on the Doghouse M3. Just behind him, we have the APR Motorsport head honk show. We have Prua, number 23 car with the yellow wheels. He makes his way round Spoon Curve at the moment with an angry black project just behind, who had a decent showing last time out at Dragon Trail Gardens. Had a poor run in the dry, but played the wet weather beautifully. Managed to come home in a P5 finish. Madrick in for Black Rose Racing. He stepped back up to Division 3 after a Division 4 win last time out at Dragon Trail Gardens. That affair stayed dry, so he was able to skip away from Keza at the front of Division 4 and take P1 with the fastest lap as well, I believe. Freelix there, 7th place in the Hooncorp Esports entry. Penrite car at the moment with the number 21 on it. He came so close to a race win last time out at Dragon Trail Gardens. He was neck and neck with BF on the run towards the line and managed to hold on to P2 from the Datsun driver. Wartime there, P8 for P8 for the Brock 5 Sim Racing car. We saw his teammate last time out moments ago finish P3 just behind the good doc there. Can he score another podium for the team tonight? That's the big question. Kill on the loose, P9. He's one of the call-ups for this evening, even on points with Renegade and Prua. Finds himself in this Division 3 field in the Lightning Motorsports car. His teammate moments ago taking P1 in Division 4. Can he replicate that? It's left to be desired. Renegade, the other Hooncorp entry this evening with the Penrite sponsorship on the bonnet. The 575 car. He stepped up to Division 3 this season after spending most of, all of last season in Division 4, but he finds himself P10 on the road at the moment, setting his first flying lap. Big J in the Brazen Brownies Symmetry Science car, number 29 there, P11. Won his maiden win in Sector 1 last time out at Dragon Trail Gardens. Played the race absolutely beautifully and came home with the goodies. Carbon Boy, P12 for APR Motorsport at the moment. Last time out, finished P8 after an incident, and he's currently sitting P5 at the championship. Sizzling Sausage was leading last race until he had stayed out on the slicks and ended 7th in the end there. 2nd in the championship. So VF, the Datsun driver, in the black and orange car there, P14. They're currently in a Datsun sandwich with Excel at the top of the times and VF in P14. So Excel, he set a 2-minute .7. That is a rapid first lap from the Datsun driver, isn't it, Cody?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I saw Excel's lap actually. I was on board with it. He had a massive moment at Spoon. But yeah, there's a lot of time left in that as Sizzling Sausages cracked a 59. So
Wow,
yeah.
straight into the 59s. Sausage with a statement. Excel in P2 at the moment. And then he's got 900ths back to Freelix, and then Carbon Boys put in a pretty decent lap there, a 2-minute .5. He'll be happy with that. And Wartime as well, another great lap there, P5 for him. And the championship leader, first flying lap, can only mount a P6 at the start of this one.
Yeah, so what is the points gap, mate, between first and second in the championship? Do you know that?
4 points between Revs and Sizzling Sausage at the moment, with Big J 1 point behind them.
Right, so it's yeah, it's a bit of a tight one. So yeah, margins is what we're playing for here. So they're really looking for a good result just to be in front leading into the last round.
Yeah,
it's anyone's championship. So we've got a couple of lads coming up to the line now, including Excel, who's actually pitting. So he wasn't too happy with his first lap. Or his second one, so yeah, he's going to be ducking in the pits. I'd say the majority of the field will be doing that.
Oh, so we see VF off the track at the Spoon curve. He's just lost the rear end, and yeah, not gone well for him there.
Yeah, so
Moment's
got the
time, we'll just chuck up the points as well, so everyone can have a look, but we'll have that in a couple of seconds for you all. As we see Sizzling Sausage peel into the pits as well from pole position.
yeah, so that seems to be a bit of a theme. Everyone's going to go and do one lap and chuck on some fresh rubber and go again. And there is a small danger of rain at the end of this session as well. So I think everyone will be trying to get. Oh, it's raining.
Yeah, the wipers are
As
on.
I say that.
Is it raining,
Oh,
or
that-
has Excel just got his wipers on? No, everyone's got their wipers on, so it is raining. That's very early in this session that rain has appeared on the circuit.
There you go. So that's really going to mix things up. Sizzling Sausage might be in the box seat here for his 59.9. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
It's pretty crazy.
If the rain keeps up, I don't think anyone's going to improve their lap, unfortunately. So, yeah, that might be as they stand.
Yeah, and
So-
that's the danger you got to look out for, getting caught out like that.
So there's the point situation up on your screen at the moment. Revs on 166, Sizzling Sausage on 162, Big J 161 with Black Project just behind them. 6 points behind Big J, I should say. So things getting tight at the top of the field, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I've just had a look at the weather report. I think that's going to be it for the rain. So it's just a light passing shower, and I think it should be dry for the next lap at least.
So here we go. 1 minute 40 on the clock. And Excel is beginning his lap. So let's ride on board with him actually. Let's have a look at what he does. So into the first sector. Manages to get it slowed down. Turned in nice and steady for Excel. Into the S's now. Ooh, keeps it in third gear. Not up to fourth. He's just going to use the torque and power of that engine to just float it through. Ooh, a little bit wide onto the grass, but that's not going to lose him too much time, hopefully. He is up by 2/10. Big J goes P5. Oh, running wide. Oh, it's almost gone wrong for him.
It's
Oh,
a huge moment.
will that be the end of his lap? We'll have to wait and see the sector split through the Degners into the second Degner. I think it's still salvageable. Let's see what it is. Oh, he's down by half a second. That might be way too much to gain back, but let's see what it is. So he's got Prua ahead of him. Traffic to contend with. power now. Oh, he's lifted. Yeah, he's had a big lift.
Yeah, he's out of the lap.
So he's
He's not
given up on
happy.
that one.
He's not happy with that one. We might jump aboard with Sausage. He's on a bit of a heater as he comes through Degna 1. And Degna 2 gets it in. Nice little apex there. Comes up to the second sector line.
Oh, he's up.
2/10 up. Yeah, he's on a heater here. Coming up to the hairpin. Knocks it down into second. Nice exit. So here we go. We've got the long run through 200R. I believe it is, on the run up to Spoon. It's a tricky corner, Spoon. You've got to get it down 2 gears, be really brave on the outside there. That was as brave as you get.
Oh no!
And that's it. Oh no.
That's all she wrote for qualifying, unfortunately.
That's all she wrote.
Got cut a bit short. Yodi.
That's John's fault.
Why are you blaming John?
I copied the settings
Oh,
off John. What do we do there, mate?
Nothing. We've just got to go with the
Nothing.
with the settings that we've got. But I've just had a look at the settings and I've noticed something else. So we are going to have to do a host set grid while we rectify that issue with the settings. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys, as we're about to go racing. Oh, actually, we'll go through the results. Yep, we'll have a quick look at the results while we're here. Here's the qualifying results for your Liquid Solutions Division 3. Sizzling Sausage lines up on pole position. He's 3/10 clear of Excel there, with Freelix in 3rd, Revs in 4th, Carbon Boy takes 5th, Big J in 6th, Wartime 7th, VF 8th, Black Project in 9th, The Stranger 10th, Prua in 11th, Maverick 12th, Killer on the Loose 13th, and Renegade in 14th there. So, yeah, we're going to just head to a quick intermission so that we can get a host set grid. So hopefully we've got screenshots of the qualifying results. And then, yeah, we'll just head to a quick intermission, we'll fix up the settings, and then we'll be ready to go for 23 laps of Division 3. We've returned, and Goaty has done some things, and he's rectified the issues, and we are ready to go racing, aren't we, Goaty?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. I'd like everyone as a community to blame John for this minor inconvenience, but yeah, no, all the issues have been now rectified.
That's good to
So,
hear.
yeah. Yeah, so 23 laps, mate. Bit of a long one at Suzuka. There's no idea really of strategy because the rain's going to play a massive effect and no one's really got an idea of what's going to happen. But yeah, so it's a completely random race. I think it's anyone's. Doesn't matter where you qualify.
Yeah. As well, it definitely doesn't matter considering we watched Laminator go from last to first in the Div 4 race. So yeah, it's anyone's game. It's just about managing your race, managing your tires, jumping on the right tires at the right time, and yeah, that's going to be the key to it. I think just keeping it on track, keep putting in consistent fast laps, and yeah, the rest will come.
That's right. Okay, so should we get this thing underway?
I reckon you whack that big vanilla purple button.
That's it. All right. So who do you think is going to be one of the big winners off the line, mate?
Oh, hard to go wrong with Sizzling Sausage. He's had some whopping starts this season, but here we go. About to go racing. Liquid Solutions, Division 3. As the light sequence begins. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're out and racing here at Suzuka Circuit. And it looks like Sizzling Sausage gets off to a brilliant start. Excel trying to find a way past. He's tucked right into the slipstream. Is he going to go for a move in the first turn? Doesn't quite work out for him. Felix tries to find a way past as well. Oh, we have a spinner. I think it was Killer on the loose. And they've all gone. Oh, it's just Killer. He's done a full 180 and they continue on. But as it stands, Sizzling Sausage holds the lead of the race through the first few corners. And Excel trying to find a way past.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Killer did that. I wasn't actually watching, but yeah, it's quite unfortunate for him. But yeah, long race.
Absolutely. And we don't see any moves at the moment. Very much single file train-like as they train themselves through the Degners at the moment. And Sizzling Sausage.
Yeah, Sizzling Sausage has got a nice little lead there. Excel's all over him though, so can't really catch a break.
Black Project down the inside of VF, and he's going to get it done around the outside into the hairpin. That leaves VF under pressure from the Stranger. So the top 5 remains unchanged, or the top 6 actually remains unchanged, with Sizzling Sausage leading Excel, leads Freelix, Revs, Carbon Boy, then Big J behind.
Yeah, it was a pretty mature start from the Div 3 lads. Yeah, especially the top half of the grid was yeah, very, very neat and tidy.
Absolutely.
As they head up to 130R now, that's a tricky corner, especially in the slipstream when everyone's really close together. But we've got a bit of a move on for 11th here. Wartime's down the inside. He put a nose up the inside of Prua as well, but he just managed to get past. It's all kicking off for 12th.
Sure.
Have a go at it.
The championship battle for 12th position. Would you have a look at it?
Killer on the loose and Renegade. I think Renegade's just been mugged through the Casio Triangle. Have a go at Killer though. Giving it a go at Madrick, but couldn't quite make it stick.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys having a good old battle. Or as we see, a little bit of too wide action. Saw Wartime try and make a move on Prua there for 10th, but couldn't quite get it done. So we see a bit of a gap forming between the Stranger and Prua here. It's currently at 2.3. Oh, side by side, Black Project looking for a move on Big J, but Big J, oh, he's going to give him room on the outside and looks for the switchback.
Over under.
Oh, Big J, is he going to get it done? Oh, he holds on to it. That's great defense. Black Project.
Good stuff.
Looking left,
It is
looking
not
right.
over.
Oh, VF shows the nose on Black Project now. He can't be all eyes forward. He's got to be looking in his mirrors.
Yeah, it's all kicking off now, mate. Everyone's trying to get a quick position for the rain hits, but seems like we've got Sausage and Excel kind of running away a little bit. We've got Felix just off the back of them, and Revs is in behind him. So yeah, a couple little battle packs forming here.
Yeah. Things sort of stagnating at the front of the field here, though. We've got a second separating them at the front, and then they've sort of skipped away a bit from Freelix, 1.5, 1.4 seconds. Oh my goodness! First lap of the race is a 2-minute flat from Sizzling Sausage. What on earth is that race pace? He's not conserving tyres, he's just going hell for leather right now. Lap 2 at the moment. Or just started the third lap, I should say, and he's set the quickest lap on lap 2. I think that's going to take a lot of beating.
Yeah, that would have got him P2 in qualifying. So he's put the hammer down. But yeah, Excel's trying to go with him actually. Yeah, so he's trying his best. Just been looking on board Excel's car. It looks like a little bit more nervous than Sizzling Sausage's car. Sausage definitely got a more tame car, and he can push it quite hard, and Excel's trying hard to keep his under control. So yeah, it's a bit interesting how these guys are getting pace out of it.
Yeah, that's
I'd say Sausage will have a better race car.
Question is as well, how's their cars set up for the wet weather?
Oh, as Sausage had a huge moment on the AstroTurf.
So did Excel,
and,
but they... Oh, he's not even on the track yet, Sausage.
Yeah. And Freelix has just jumped up the inside as well, so he's just dropped 2 spots at Spoon. So that's what I was telling you before about Spoon and qualifying. Like, you've got to be so brave getting on the curb on the outside before you go into that second apex.
Absolutely.
A lot of time to lose there.
So now Sizzling Sausage and Revs, the 2 championship leaders, find themselves neck and neck on track. Very, very interesting at this point of the race.
Yeah, so this is brilliant for Revs here. This is damage limitation pretty much. He just needs to jump up the inside of Sausage and basically stay there, and needs to play it safe and get some points to make sure he's in front going into the last round of the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if things play out perfectly, we could see these guys going into the final round even on points. Now, wouldn't that be a spectacle?
Yeah, that's crazy. That'd just be, yeah, whoever won it, won it.
Yeah. Words from Goaty.
Usually how races,
Yeah.
usually how races go. Yeah, funny that. But we've got XL now. He's out to a 1.9 second gap. He's actually taking this fresh air and using it pretty well. Yeah, he's just got to try and not wreck the car. Just keep it in good shape. Because this rain might not even come till lap 10. So yeah, you've got to make sure that you've still got a car at the end there.
Which we've just seen the rain that the patch of rain that we caught in qualifying just catch up with us. But I don't think it's enough to put any moisture on the circuit. So the real rain will be coming later on. But these guys don't know when. Whether that is lap 5, lap 6, or lap 7. Well, it's not going to be lap 5 because we didn't see any in qualifying. But whether it is lap 6 or lap 7, that's still up in the air. That could still be a possibility.
Yeah, but that little sprinkle could have cooled the tyres down a fraction, and that might be all that you need, you know, just to help it make that extra couple of laps.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, but everyone's kind of sticking pretty close together. We've got Black Project kind of raging up to the back of Big J here. We might stick on board with this through the S's and just see how his car is looking through here. You'd have to say, yeah, you'd have to say probably Project is battling a little bit understeer there. Big J just seems to have a little bit of a nice car on the way in. But that could be due to a little bit of a tyre advantage in Big J.
So we've lost a couple of drivers here. Wartime's sitting P14 and Prua's in 13th. Killer's still having a hard time there in 12th, and then Renegade is battling Madrick for P11 and P10. And then you look a little up the road, and then you got the Stranger, who's under pressure. Oh, as we saw another squirt of rain there.
Yes, that could be a sign of things to come. Yeah, I actually saw Revs at the hairpin. He had a little bit of a dive on Sizzling Sausage, but thought better of it. So, yeah, he wants his championship.
Absolutely. And if things were to end as they were at the moment, they would be even on points. Oh no, Sizzling Sausage would be 1 point ahead because he does have the fastest lap at the moment. But how's this for pace? Like, look at this. Excel, 2 minute flat, 2 minute point 2, 2 minute point 2.
Oh,
a 1.
battle for 6th.
And a 1.
Black Project.
Oh, it's all going off.
Black Project up the inside.
Oh, Big J actually made a little bit of combat attack with Carbon Boy, which just pushed him through on Black Project. So I think Carbon Boy said, thank you very much. And he's reclaimed his 4th place from Black Project. That was looking almost inevitable that he was going to lose.
Yeah, that was a nice little move there from Black Project, actually. But it's not over. I think he's all over him. Might have a go at one of these Degners here, or the hairpin afterwards.
Have a look. Pretty sensible from these guys at the moment. Oh, that was so close to contact between Black Project and Carbon Boy. There must have been a sheet of paper between them through the second Degner. It's the hairpin there. Yeah, Carbon Boy is fallen back a bit from Revs. 3.7 the gap at the moment, but Carbon Boy gets a brilliant exit out of the hairpin, and Black Project sort of left in the dust a touch. That gap opens up to 3.5 tenths. Oh, bit of a dive from Black Project, but it didn't open up for him. And then the second part of the spoon curve, Carbon Boy trying to capitalise, but he gets a poor exit. That leaves him vulnerable. Black Project might be able to go for a move around the outside at 130R. Is he going to get it done? That's the big question. Let's see. Oh, they're touching wheels, but Carbon Boy concedes the position. Black Project runs a little wide. That might come with a penalty. And now Big J showing the nose on Carbon Boy, but has to back out as that door is closing rapidly. On the power now. Carbon Boy could be looking at a return to sender move here. He's 2 tenths straight, and he's got the slipstream. 1.5 tenths. 1 tenth. Pulls to the inside, surely. No, he gives him the tap. He gives him the bump.
Okay, I've just had a little look at the weather from my mate Gary Youngbarry at the Bureau of Meteorology.
Gary Youngbarry.
That's him, mate, and he says we've got a bit of cloud cover coming in, and we'll see rain in the next 2 laps.
Well,
so there we go.
I think everyone around the circuit could tell you that if they just stand straight up at the clouds, because it is getting very dark and gloomy.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate.
could see rain this lap. Potentially, it's lap 7. This is when we saw it start on in the Div 4 race. We saw 2 squirts of rain already. When's the big downpour coming? We know it's coming. The front has been threatening us all afternoon. Oh, big slide.
I just saw
Black Project there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just tightening up for this third spot here, mate. We've got Revs closing up to Sausage. Yeah, he had a little bit of a moment coming out of the hairpin, but he's done all right just to get that gap back again. Yeah, so I'd say we start to see people coming in. Maybe not this lap, but the one
well, it
after.
is raining, so whether these guys take the risk, dive into the pits, chuck a set of inters or wets on. In the Div 4 race, we only saw one driver on wets, but what tyre would you choose, Goaty? The inters or the wets?
Oh,
Excel's in.
we've got XL jumping in the pits. Mate, that's a bit of classified information. But and we've got Sizzling Sausage staying out for one more lap. So that could be huge here. If it stays dry for this lap, then he's going to have a massive gain. But if he's caught out, like he was last round,
I'm getting
then,
deja
it could be
vu,
curtains.
Goaty.
Yeah, deja vu.
But look who's behind him. The driver that nailed the crossover last race, Big J, he's caught around again. So we've got 2 comparisons. Sizzling Sausage has got it all to play for. He's got nothing to lose. Well, he has a lot to lose, but he's got nothing to lose at this point of the race. I mean, he's already messed up 1 wet race this season. He can't mess up 2. But Big J, he's won a race because of his wet tyre call. So if he's sticking it out, if I'm anybody else in this field, I'm thinking, yeah, I might want to believe what Big J's got to say.
Yeah. Big J, as we've seen, he is a bit of a reliable source. But we've got a bit of a mixture of wets and intermediates. But the track isn't actually wet enough for those compounds. So this is just hurting them at the moment. All those guys that pitted, they're just bleeding time. But if it does get wet in this next lap, then they're laughing.
Which the rain is starting to pick up a little bit. But I think Big J and Sausage are going to be able to get home.
Yeah, this is huge actually for Sizzling Sausage and the championship. If he can make it round. Actually, his front left is about to go, so that's going to hurt him massively. It's probably going to go at 130R. So yeah, he's got that to deal with as well.
Through 130R. Crawls it round the circuit. Big
Very
J
cautious.
taking loads of time out of him. But they are going to make it home. But now the big question is, where do they come out in the grand scheme of things?
Oh, they would have jumped. They would have jumped everyone, I'd say. But we'll see what happens. We've got Freelix coming through 130R now. And some of these guys are fueled up a little bit more than others, so that's why Freelix has done quite well. XL has pretty much filled the tank. And these guys are both on intermediates, so they'll be quick at this stage of the race, but when it gets a little bit wetter, they're going to start to struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. So, wow. Freelix and XL are miles ahead of Sizzling Sausage, who's put on inters. Big J's put on full wets. And this is going to be touch and go with Revs on exit, oh, Black Project. Oh, he's trying to slide into, oh, it's 4 into 1 and it's not going to work.
That's as tight as it gets there.
Oh, yellow flags.
Oh, we've got yellow flags.
Freelix has gone.
Freelix.
Oh, no.
Freelix has gone round.
Oh, he's gone again, has he? Oh, that's all going wrong for Freelix. He's crawling down the order. It's all going. Oh, no. Oh, that's huge. The teammates. No, they're not teammates. They've just both got pen right on the car. They're different teams. Oh, we'll have a look at the replay at that one from Freelix. We're right on board with him, actually. What's he done here? Oh, it's just... Oh. That's not gone well. It just shot him out sideways. And he's gone again on the curb. Lost it twice. And then when he finally does rejoin, his teammate was right there, and oh, he tried to get out of his way. Oh no, it was Maverick, not his teammate. I keep getting confused with the sponsorship because they both share the
Revs
Penrite
has
sponsor.
gone round.
Oh
That's
no.
Oh no, he's gone round at the hairpin. Got to get a. Actually, no. Just have a look at this. Battle for third. It's absolutely chaos. We've just
How
had
on earth
couple
has
of
Killer
half
on the Loose
spins.
got to third? What?
Mate, it's just kicking off. We got Black
Oh, he's
Project.
gone off.
Killer's off the road. Holy
Oh,
moly!
how many cars? They're all right here. There's 7 cars
Wow.
in the space of about 100 meters.
That was a wild old run up the spoon there. We had like 3 people spin.
So Killer on the Loose has somehow managed to sit himself on the podium. How has he done this?
Wow.
How has he found his way to this point
I
of the
don't
race?
know. I don't know.
He was
Oh,
sitting 12th, and then he's gone, yeah, here we go.
here we
Straight
go.
onto the tyres, and he's,
He's
brilliant.
only 2 seconds off Sausage.
Oh, they're 3
Oh,
wide! What are they doing in the final corner? And Big J
Wow.
swept on by.
And we got 2x2 bit
Oh.
of Noah's Ark action into turn 1. Oh. Sausage had a huge moment in turn 1 there.
I heard a big slide. I didn't know
Yeah.
who it was, but as
that
Carpet
was
Boy
massive.
goes up into 3rd place. How on earth does this
Wow.
all happen? Oh, somebody spun, and we've lost Madrick, and oh, it's all gone wrong. But we have how many cars banked up in this one part of the track? And he's gone again, actually.
6 cars.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. It's like a traffic jam.
And Excel's
It's crazy.
cleared the whole field here.
Black Project. Just mad dogging it all the way around.
Almost losing
The
it.
best way to describe it.
Oh, Big J!
Oh, Big
He's
J.
almost taken out Killer!
Oh, Black Project.
They're all so... That's synchronized drifting through the
Yeah.
second Degner.
Tandem drifting.
I
Through the
feared
Degners.
for Killer on the Loose's life there as I saw
Yeah.
Big J hurtling towards him. Oh, Big J! Oh, Sizzling Sausage is struggling and he's bleeding tight to Cowboy and Killer. Killer's gonna look to the outside, but he almost loses it. Oh, Black Project! He's wiggling through 200R.
Oh, this is getting willing. We got Killer on the Loose. He's had a mad dive.
Oh, Big
Oh,
J!
Carbon Boy.
He's gone!
Oh.
So's Black Project! Carbon Boy sweeps it around the outside! What is this? Brilliant
Oh.
ding-dong battle! This
Wow.
is awesome to watch! Look at this!
That was crazy. I could have sworn Killer was going to take out Carbon Boy there. There was no way he was pulling that up.
Ah,
He's having a look at 130R too.
these guys going at it! Lightning
Carbon
Motorsport and
Boy
APR
defense.
Motorsport very close in the championship. They're battling for second in the teams. Oh! Gives him the
Oh.
little nudge on the exit there, Killer. Oh, tried
Yeah.
the small bump and run on the exit. But Carbon Boy, he's going to sweep on by, holds the position. We're only halfway through this one. Lap 11. As the rain stopped and the track's going to start drying out momentarily. So which cars are on inters and which are on wets? Oh, Big J! He's made contact with Killer! And he's going to slide on by. No! Killer sweeps around the outside on that wet line. And holds on to P4 for the time being. Big J looking very racy. Now, there's a weird quirk with Gran Turismo 7, and I'll let Cody describe how it works with wet lines.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not a weird quirk. I'd say it's a normal quirk, but it's just, it's amplified in this. So when there's a rubbered up line on a racetrack, the water sits on top of the rubber, and when you drive along it, there's just a little area of water basically. So it's very slippery. So what you want to do is put your car on the course side of the road, so it's so the water actually sits in the grooves and not on top of the road.
Oh, Rebs is
so
gone. He's crashed.
As he, yeah, so it's actually a lot better if you're braking or accelerating on the course sides of the road. There's not too much standing water. But we're getting to the point now where we've got a bit of a dry line forming. So this is when you want to stay on the dry line. So yeah, the track's changing like crazy, the dynamic of the track. So yeah, everyone might be jumping on slicks in a minute just to keep up with the track.
Now, that information about the wet line is great to know, but it wasn't exactly what I was alluding to. I was
Okay.
more alluding to the fact that if you've got a train of cars, when the track's drying, the leader is at a significant disadvantage, up to about 2 seconds a lap on the dry line. We were talking about this yesterday,
You should have just said that.
I thought you knew, mate. We were talking about it yesterday.
Mate, I know everything, just need to be a little bit more precise. I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might just say XL has actually driven a brilliant stint here. He's got a 17, 18 second lead. So yeah, and as you can see, I don't know if you're on board with him, but he is off the racing line a little bit, so he's finding massive time on these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see him hunting for the water off the line already, just trying to find the dry parts of the circuit. I mean, the wet parts of the circuit to keep the tyre temps down and negate that tyre wear. Which Carbon Boy, looking very racy, is right on the tail of Sizzling Sausage. Oh! There's Hugh action in the background as Black Project gets shoved off the track, I think. We'll have a look, see if we can catch that, but they're 2x2 on towards the hairpin. We see him move VF in the background. Do they hold on to it? Yeah, single file mostly for the moment.
Yeah, so you asked where why Killer's up in the top 3 battle. He's got 50% fuel, 50% less fuel than everyone else. So he didn't put anything in the tank. He's just put on tyres and gone. So he's going to come in this lap, pretty much. Yeah, he'll be lucky if he makes another one.
It's almost dry. Like the wet line is getting there, but it's not quite dry conditions.
Yeah. I don't know, and he's got to make 11 laps? Yeah. Which is a bit ugly. But yeah, we'll see. If anyone can, Killer can. So we'll see how he goes as he peels into the pits.
A lot of people
Jay follows
in.
him.
So does Black Project. So maybe the track is dry enough, but 11 laps, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a massive ask.
Yeah, Killer 5% in the tank. He was not making it.
No.
So maybe Killer's also bluffed the guys behind him. Maybe they've seen Killer pulling in and they go, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
And they've jumped in, but Killer came in just because he had no fuel. Not because he needed to pitch the tyres.
No.
But what's the weather meter looking like on the dry line at the moment?
Well, we're pretty much in slick territory if you're staying on the dry line, but if you just go half a tyre on the curb or the white line or anything resembles moistness.
Resembles moistness.
That's a word. Yeah, you're gonna spin out. So yeah, this is a risky time to go on slicks, but it could pay off.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, which of these guys is going to stick it out to try and get to the end on a single pair of slicks? It's going to be a tough ask from here on those tyres. So those early hitters, maybe 2 stops or 1 more stop to go for them.
Yeah,
I think
they'd have to. Oh, he's gone round.
Oh, that's a big off. Oh,
that
no.
is huge.
Carbon Boy, that AstroTurf is not the right line, as we've lost somebody else as well. Who's that? It is Freelix. So 2 cars off at the same corner. Carbon Boy, he drops from the podium place down to P5. So we'll have a look on the Liquid Solutions action replay. We saw what happened live, but just have a look at it again. And as Godey said so many times, you want to test the AstroTurf. Sometimes the AstroTurf tests you. You find yourself doing some doughies, some unplanned mid-race doughies, I meant to say.
That's right. Yeah. There's always time for a post-race doughy. Why is that so hard to say?
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, guys on the wet tyres, they've pretty much killed them. So that's an interesting thing. So intermediates last a lot longer.
Who is on the wets?
That's a good question. So I'll go for a little look through. So we've got Revs, who's had a moment at turn 1. He's going for a bit of an excursion. And Prua. And also Wartime, and that's it.
Okay, and
So,
everybody else is Intis.
Yeah, Intis or soft.
I believe we had 2 wet weather runners come in with Killer, Black Project, and Big J.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all
so
in now anyway, the 2 wet weather runners on that lap. 9 laps to go, that's a huge ask on a set of slicks, but the track's still providing a little bit of moisture to sort of keep those temps down and negate the wear.
Yeah. Oh, this is a sad story. Have a look at Revs. He's having an absolute horrible time.
Prua's parked up on the gravel trap on those slicks, so he's not nailed the pit exit.
Yeah, but Revs is having an absolute shocker, mate. His front tyres are completely gone.
Ooh, bit of contact between Revs and Madrick there.
Yeah, he just can't turn the car. So this is, this is absolutely terrible for him.
So a second race in a row, VF, the Datsun driver, finds himself in a podium position during a wet period. So he's done brilliantly to end up there after all this. He was right at the back of that huge scrap between 6-7 cars, and now he peels in, and Renegade also in. So Excel and Sausage trying to really prolong this intermediate stint as long as they can to try and come home strong at the end of this race. Black Project goes around again. Because we saw it at the end of the Div 4 race, if you don't manage your tyres good enough, you're going to really struggle towards the end.
That's it. See, if I was Sausage, I would have come in then, because he needs to get a bit of an undercut on Excel. So, yeah, he really needs to get on a slick tyre and try and find a bit of time on him.
So Big J was one of the first of the pitters, and now he finds himself in P4, but those tyres, surely they're about a third worn by now, eh?
Yeah, they're actually, hang on, when did Black Project hit?
Same time
he just come out?
as Big J.
Same time. Yeah, okay. They're not actually too bad, hey. I'd say he's worn about an eighth of his tyres.
Oh, yeah? That's not too bad.
So they're actually not too bad. He is searching for water, though, and doing all the right things, so... Yeah, he's looking well, looking pretty good.
And VF leading Renegade and Killer on the Loose, who are having an age-old scrap at the moment. And with Killer on the Loose, we're seeing his fuel deficit catching up to him, and he's full. Oh, VF! That's not gone well. Oh! The Renegade is almost T-boned VF, and oh my goodness, VF's still trying to get the car pointed in the right direction. And
gee, mate, it sounded like you threw your microphone off.
And the replay's not working for some reason, so we've been robbed by Gran Turismo 7. The Excel and Sausage are in.
Yeah.
And Black Project goes around and get. Oh no, because he's.
Yeah, so he's pitted, and he's going to jump Excel actually. Oh, watch the pit exit on these guys. Excel's have a huge moment there. I thought that was terrible, man.
And Sizzling Sausage comes out of the pits. Manages
Yeah,
that
nice.
well. No
Nicely done.
spinny.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got to stick to that dry line and and stay off the curbs. Otherwise, it's curtains pretty much.
Yeah. So definitely dry on the racing line. Oh, Black Project. Lots of curb. Almost crashes. It's okay. Bum crack crossing his fingers at the moment. Excel closing in. How much of a tyre advantage has he got? Looks to be a lot. Maybe.
Sorry?
Excel and Black Project.
Yeah, there's probably at least a quarter difference. Yeah.
Towards the end of this race, that quarter on the tyre is really going to come into effect.
Yeah, it's really going to notice that.
So where is Revs? He's down in P12, which isn't great for the championship fight, but the good news for him is that Sausage is only 4th at the moment. Now, there's a long way to go in this one. 7 laps, roughly. So that's, anything can change. He's only 17 seconds off the lead, considering in the Div 4 race we saw the race win taken by a whopping 42 seconds, or 45 seconds by Eliminator. The tyres really come into effect here towards the end of this race, so I mean the best bet for Revs is to just make up as much as he can and hope that Sausage doesn't get a good ending to this race. Also if somebody can pinch the fastest lap, preferably Revs himself, because at the moment Sausage has gained all of the extras for this round. He's got pole and fastest lap at the moment.
That's the thing, but Sausage can get caught out here trying to chase these front guys and make mistakes and fall further down the pack. So he's really got to put his championship hat on and think about just getting the most points safely.
Yeah.
And not risk anything. Got a lot to lose.
Doesn't want to do
Speaking of which,
anything.
Big J had a huge moment. Can we get a replay on that through Degna 2?
Mayhaps if the game lets us this time. No, it's not letting us.
That's okay. That's John's fault.
Yeah, it's John's fault, guys.
Yeah.
So sometimes the game doesn't let you do replays, and today's one of those days, unfortunately.
Yeah. And it's John's fault.
Uh-oh. Oh, my capture card froze for a second there, which is less than ideal. Sorry about that interruption, everybody.
Also, Black Project has like 20% less fuel than Excel, so maybe he's gonna have to pit again anyway.
Is he? How's the fuel looking? What's he on?
Well, I'd call it probably 25%.
Oh,
just above
there's
25.
no way he's getting home on that.
And Excel's probably got about 50, 55. So, yeah, it's there's a massive difference there, a suspicious difference.
A suspicious difference.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna have to come in again.
You would assume, unless he can somehow run 5% per lap till the end of the race. I don't think it's happening, or less than 4% per lap.
Yeah, he's gonna have to put a massive fuel save on if he wants to win that. But he could give XL something to chase, and he could make a mistake pushing hard. But yeah, you never know.
I think Excel at this point, he knows the situation. He's slowly catching Black Project, and he probably has no idea of the fuel situation, but he knows that he's on 5-lap fresher tyres, so he knows that Black Project is inevitably going to struggle, even if he did try to stick it out. So
yeah,
I think he's just got to look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, we might jump on board with Sausage here in P4. He's closing on the back of Big J. Big J's tyres are looking worse for wear, but he has got enough fuel to finish the race, so I think he's going to the end. But yeah, I think Sausage is going to want to make quick work of this. Yeah, as we see Black Project coming in the pits, so he's taking his medicine. Gonna put a set of set of tyres on, give it a splash, and away he goes.
A splash and a dash, and he's on his way.
Exactly right. As you see, Sizzling Sausage goes to the outside here. Big J's gonna defend it, and Sausage, Sausage just takes the racing line.
Up into P2 now. So if your rev's down in P12 at the moment, that is the worst possible situation.
Oh, we got Killer up the inside of Renegade for P5. That was a nice little move.
Ooh.
Made that work.
Unfortunately, no replay because Gran Turismo doing Gran Turismo things, but we move on.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, thanks, John.
4 laps remain in this one. Now I have just noticed a slight reduction in viewer numbers on the stream, and I wonder if it has anything to do with F1 qualifying stuff.
Maybe. I'd say yes.
Yeah. Usually.
I'd say majority of the viewers watch F1 as well, so that's okay. Can always come back and watch it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Killer on the loose and Renegade still having an age-old scrap here for P5. They're going at it. So Carbon Boy, after sitting P3 looking at P2 for quite a while in this race, and he's spin at Spoon Curve, he finds himself down in P9, which is a lot more lackluster than what it was looking like. But yeah, P9, he's having to deal with that at the moment. Chasing VF for P8.
Yeah, at least he's got someone there to battle, otherwise it can get a little bit stale just being in complete no man's land.
Yeah.
But yeah, back up the front, we've got XL, he's out to a 14-second lead. It looks like his race to lose, really. I can't see Sausage catching that unless we have a massive spin from XL.
But as you can see, it's still very, very wet on those curbs as you came through the deckers.
Yeah.
So one wrong placed tyre and this could still spell disaster.
Yeah, it definitely could, mate. Yeah, so a dry track's very predictable. Wet track's predictable, but a drying track is very unpredictable. It's the hardest time to find the limit.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when it all comes down to where you are in the queue as well. Like if you're the leader, it's heaps wetter than anybody else on the track, and then if you're maybe 3rd or 4th, then you're getting almost a dry line. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah. yeah, it's a little bit strange how that works. But yeah, I was just having a look. So these guys that came in a little bit earlier, so Killer, for example, actually I think he's the only one. Oh yeah, Big J and Killer. Their tyres are looking really second-hand. They are really struggling.
Yeah,
We've got Renegade.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
Just a little bump. just letting him know.
These guys
Yeah.
having a ding-dong battle. And, Renegade's going to slide on by as Killer places one wheel wrong on the curb at 130R. Slides his way up into P5.
Yeah. That's
Killer loose, staring at the bumper of the Hooncorp car once again.
That's right. That's going to be a hard spot to get back, Killer.
Especially with those compromised tyres.
Yeah, this tyre situation. It's looking pretty dire.
As we see VF and Carbon Boy going at it, 6/10 between them at the moment. So I wonder what's happened to VF here, because he was sitting P3. Oh!
Just had a huge moment into turn 1.
Once again, those curbs still proving very dangerous.
Yeah, and these guys are running exactly the same fuel load and exactly the same tyre wear. So it's a very level playing field, actually.
VF looks like he's struggling though, and Carbon Boy just sticking on the back of him. Running out of time though. There's 2.5 laps left in this one. So not much time to get the move done, but can Carbon Boy get the better of him? I mean, as Goaty just said, level playing field. One small error and that could be all that it takes to spell disaster. So we have a couple of battles closing up still. So Big J, he's still threatening a podium here, which if he does get on the podium, overtaking, or is Black Project overtaking him? I can't quite recall.
Black Project did overtake him, and that's interesting because he pitted. Black Project pitted. He's got the
Big J's in.
best.
So, ooh.
Yeah. Okay. So Black Project's got the best tyres in the field.
About to be Big J, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. But anyway. So Black Project is actually pulling 3 seconds a lap out of Sizzling Sausage. So
P2's under threat for Sizzling Sausage, eh?
Yeah, he could grab P2 back off him. So
and look at the pace from Black Project as well. On lap 20, he did a 2-minute .3. So
yeah,
if he keeps up at this pace, which he is purple at the moment, he could take more than just a P2 away from Sizzling Sausage. He could snag that fastest lap. Haha, Sizzling Sausage. Snag. But,
snag it. Very good.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out, as Sausage won't let that position go easily.
No. This is what he needs to fight for. Because he could have an absolute shocker next race, and he needs all the points he can get going into the last round, just to give himself a bit of insurance. But yeah, Project's just taking time out of him. I don't know if he'll have enough time actually. There's 1.5 laps left. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close.
Killer tyre compromised? I'm going to say yes.
That's a definite yes. He's got nothing on his fronts.
Oh.
He's got a lift around the big long 200R.
Scooting on by, so does Carbon Boy. Oh. And these two still attached at the hip, VF and Carbon Boy. They're not giving up yet. Identical cars still, I presume, and they're not letting it die.
That's it. So bit of an update on the second and third battle. So Sizzling Sausage did a 2:03.1, and Black Project did a 2-minute .9. So took 2 seconds out of him, and there's 2.5 as they cross the line. So, Project had a huge moment through the S's, but kept it nice.
And thinking about that pace differential coming into this final lap, that's a gap that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, Sausage had a moment there. That's actually pretty big for
This is going to be tight.
Project. Yeah. These guys are trying so hard.
As Excel comes through the spoon curve, he hasn't got much time left. He can probably almost start celebrating with a 17-second gap. But yeah, this gap, 1.3 seconds, it's getting closer and closer. Is Black Project able to get there? That's the big question. I don't think he's going to be able to.
Yes, 1 second the gap. So, yeah, it's going to be a massive ask, really. He needs a absolute mega run through.
As Excel rounds the final corner, and he's going to take P1 for Dadson Racing, returns to the top step. But the battle for P2, it's 8/10 at the moment, and I think Sizzling Sausage, he's done just enough to hold off Black Project charging on the soft compound. And he's going to take P2 with Black Project completing the podium. Great job from both of them. Renegade will come home in P4, a quiet P4 actually. He's done a brilliant job to get up to this point of the race.
Yeah, and we just saw Big J actually make a nice little move on Freelix.
He does
so
too.
That's for P5. Yeah, so great race from Big J there. Pulled the weather nicely. And earns a P5.
P6 for Freelix, and VF is going to hold off from the charging Carbon Boy on this final lap. The gap's 8/10, just over a second as they round the triangle for the final time. And VF P7, Carbon Boy P8. And we'll have Madrick, who rounds the final corner. P9 for the Black Rose Racing driver.
Yeah,
on the loose.
P10, Killer on the loose. He's had an up and down race, hasn't he?
Yeah, must be said. It's a bit disappointing, I guess, considering where he was. But yeah, P10's nothing to sneeze at. He'll definitely be staying up in Div 3, I believe. Wartime P11, Revs P12. That's terrible for Revs Championship. He's going to have to have an absolute blinder in the end, final round, to get that done. Stranger P13 and Prua. He's going to come home in P14. He'll be lucky if he stays up in Div 3 after this one.
Yeah, but what a drive from Excel. That was a bit of a masterclass from start to end. He just had a massive pace advantage over the field, and I think he belongs in Div 2.
Yeah, absolutely. So that race had it all, eh?
Yeah, it definitely did.
So make sure to place your Driver of the Day votes down below, and yeah, we'll tally them up, and yeah, so we'll just have a look at the race results after that one. So Excel will take P1, and he gets it done in spectacular fashion. 17 seconds ahead of Sizzling Sausage, who was battling for the championship. Takes fastest lap and pole position, so almost a clean sweep for Sizzling Sausage, missing out on only the 3 points that would have been awarded for the race win. Black Project completes the podium. Brilliant drive from him to get up on the third step. With Renegade there in 4th place, Big J in 5th, with Freelix in 6th, VF 7th, Carbon Boy in 8th, Madrick 9th, Killer on the Loose 10th, Wartime 11th, Revs 12th, Stranger 13th, and Prua rounds out the grid in P14. So That was a really good race to watch. I mean, especially that middle stint with all the wet action. There was 7 cars within 100 meters of one another. Like, that was crazy stuff. These Div 3 guys always know how to put on a great show.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had on the run up to Spoon that time, we had like 3 cars spin, and somehow Killer jumped up 10 spots. But yeah, no, it was a up and down race. Definitely had everything, and thanks for inviting me to the commentary box, mate. It was awesome.
Great to have you, Goaty. I mean, 2 rounds in a row. We can't get rid of you now.
I know. Yeah, I'm like the coronavirus. I just keep going back in variants.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're supposed to have John in the box, but I think both his internet and his sobriety state were a bit inadequate for tonight. So Goaty's jumped up and he's found himself walking in the open door and having another cracker in the box. So
Scraping the bottom of the barrel there.
Special thanks to Goaty and Gur for race directing this evening, making sure everything runs smooth on and off the track. And thanks for everybody for coming out this evening and having a watch. It's brilliant stuff. Awesome to see. Great viewer numbers tonight. I think it peaked out at 44, which is brilliant to see. So thanks for everybody for rocking up this evening. And we're just about to sign things off. You got anything else to say before we let everybody get back to F1 this evening?
Yeah, I do, mate. It's a great race. Well done to everyone in Div 3. It was great to watch. And as I always say, I'm Mountain Goat 13 and you're not.
Ciao for now. Bye, guys.